I've never been one who's good at following the rules, so I'm going to apologize to Mary Pat before I even get started, because today is no different. Our instructions on these TW talks, which is, by the way, so cool, very well done. She's the architect of this whole concept. Do you guys like it? Isn't it cool? A little more enthusiasm. Anyway, I've never been one to follow the rules, and today is no different. We were instructed to come up with a quote that has inspired us in our business and in our lives, and then talk about it. I couldn't narrow it down to one. So what I'm going to share with you today is a quote, and then really more of like a philosophy. It's kind of a quote, but it's really more of a philosophy that's really served me well in my entrepreneurial career. So the first quote I want to share with you today really captures the spirit of what inspired me to take the leap of faith and embark on the entrepreneurial journey. Leave a great job on Wall Street as a bond analyst. I was getting paid a lot of money. I had earned my way up to a very prestigious title, and I worked with crazy intelligent people. So I had a lot of people in my life tell me I was a little crazy when I just left it so I could be a travel agent. So here's the quote. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, and go do that. Because the world needs people who have come alive. And that was my problem, is I had it all in some respects in that career, but every time I came home, I felt empty. I felt dead inside. I did not feel fulfilled. And I wanted to pour myself, my passion, my energy into something that made me come alive. And travel absolutely did that for me. And my guess is there's quite a few of you in the room where we all share that passion. Travel makes us come alive. Do you agree? Yeah. So if there's anybody sitting here today who hasn't taken that full leap into the entrepreneurial world, maybe you've still got a 9-to-5 job, maybe you're still kind of clinging to the paycheck, the benefits, the security, I want to inspire you. Go ahead and take the leap. I promise you'll never look back. So the next thing I want to share with you is a philosophy that has absolutely served me in my entrepreneurial career, and it's served many of the people that I've coached and guided and mentored over the last several years. And that philosophy is ready, fire, aim. As a society, growing up in many different environments, we are programmed to ready, aim, fire, correct? But as an entrepreneur, that serves you very well in the corporate world, ready, aim, fire. But it is not going to serve you in the entrepreneurial world. You really have to put the order different and take imperfect action as an entrepreneur. What I see a lot of is when people don't employ this as an entrepreneur and they don't employ this philosophy, they end up in perfection paralysis. Can anybody relate? And you're never going to get anywhere. Success is never going to find you when you're stuck in perfection paralysis. What do I mean by perfection paralysis? I'm talking about getting all of your marketing materials all ready, the business cards, maybe taking specialist course after specialist course after specialist course before you feel ready to sell the destination, to sell the supplier, to sell the product. If you do not employ ready, fire, aim, if you're not willing to take imperfect action, you're never going to get there. Now, there's another part of this philosophy that's way more subtle that I really want you to hear today, and that's the ready piece. Most people think The ready piece is all about the action, the getting the marketing materials ready, your website ready, your business card ready, your business license ready, your certifications ready. And those need to be done. That's the practical part. But there's another part of ready that most people never ever do, and that's called readying the mind. The most successful entrepreneurs in this world are those that have taken the time and focus to ready their mind. What do I mean by that? When you don't ready your mind, when you lead with an undirected mind, you end up in a constant state of survival mode. And what is survival mode? It's acting from a place of fear. And we all know that when we take action or we say words from a place of fear instead of a place of love or knowing, it's going to turn out different. A lot of times, when we are in a state of fear, we're stopped from taking action, right? That's perfection paralysis. So how do you ready your mind? One of my best pieces of advice for readying your mind is to trade your expectations for appreciation. And what do I mean by that? Think about how on a daily basis, there's like 1,000 different things that you, without realizing it, are expecting. You expect everything to go the way you want it to go. And when things don't meet your expectations, we feel some form of a negative emotion. We feel disappointed, frustrated, overwhelmed, angry. Think about the time that you had a client in Italy, and the driver shows up an hour late. You expected the driver to show up on time. And when he didn't, you had an unmet expectation that caused a sense of frustration, anger, disappointment, you name it, all of it, right? Many of us will just stay in that state and get stuck in that state, and that's called suffering. We have a choice in that moment to choose appreciation, to choose to steer our focus in a different direction, to reframe it. And when we do that, we take all of our power back. That's where all of your power lies. So the most successful entrepreneurs understand that it's all about mastering your emotional state, and you have the ability to do that instead of letting the conditions dictate how you feel. So we are Gifted Travel Network, together with my business partners, Vanessa McGovern, Jennifer Cochran, who are here today. We want to see you at our booth later this afternoon, 6:04. If you like this mindset advice, this is kind of what I do all the time. Ask them in the office. That's all I ever do. I actually have a pretty cool video series, 3-part mindset video series that I'd be happy for you to enjoy. And if you want to check that out, it's www.meredithsmindset.com. And come visit us. We are a host agency that empowers entrepreneurs. We want to teach them how to be business owners, not just sellers of travel. And we also want them to have balance. We want them to be able to enjoy the other parts of life that we're here to enjoy. So thank you. We'll see you at booth 604.